Welcome to another episode of Hunting with Hadaway. Come along as old Hadaway takes you on various adventures throughout the Deep South.
This is Hannah. Thank you for joining us today on Hunting with Hadaway. It's going to be a little different today. We're going to do a little cooking segment. And instead of Anthony, you get me. By request, he has asked me to do a handheld venison pot pie. Now, normally I do chicken pot pies, but we're going to do it just a little bit different, and we're going to use some deer meat. So I hope you enjoy, and don't forget to like, subscribe. Okay, for today's handheld venison pot pie, you're going to need quite a few things. I've got them all set out here on the table, so it's a little bit easier. I've already prepared my meat for you. This is our deer meat, or venison. We're using backstrap today. I cleaned off all of the talon and the stuff on it and got it cut up into nice little chunks. We're going to put that in the pressure cooker here in a little bit to get it really nice and tender so we can shred it for our pot pies. You're going to need about a half of an onion chopped, black pepper, salt. I like to use a little bit of Tony Chacher's. We're going to have 2 cans of mixed vegetables, 1 can of beefy mushroom, and you're going to need 2 cans of whichever biscuits you like, but I like to use the big biscuits from Pillsbury. You can spread them out a little bit more and get some more filling in there. So let's get started. First thing we're going to do is we're going to put our meat into our pressure cooker. Like I said earlier, I've already prepared my meat. I cut it up into some chunk pieces, and I've filled my pressure cooker up with about half of water. So we're going to put these all in here so they can get really good and tenderized. Okay, now the second thing we're going to do is just going to add a little bit of salt. And we're going to put our lid on here and let these cook. Okay, so while our meat is in the pressure cooker, we're going to get started on our next step. We are going to saute some onions in some butter. You can't never go wrong with butter. So put you a good old heaping spoonful in there. Get your eye turned up to about medium heat, and then you're going to put your onions. Like I said, we're going to use about a half of a chopped onion. And we're just going to let that saute here for just a little bit. And while that's working, we are going to put the rest of our filling in another bowl. Okay, so while our onions are cooking, we're going to mix together the rest of our filling. We're going to put 2 cans of our mixed vegetables. These have been already drained. We're going to put our beefy mushroom in there. And we're going to add a little bit of garlic powder, some Tony Chacher's, and I just eyeball everything, so please forgive me, I don't know the exact measurements of everything, but that's what makes everything taste so good. A little bit of pepper and a little bit of salt. And once you get your onions caramelized in the butter, you're going to dump those in there here in just a minute. Stir everything around, taste it a little bit. See if you like the way it tastes. And if you don't, add a little extra, whatever you want. Okay, so our onions are just right, nice and golden colored from our butter, and they're translucent. So we're going to take these off the eye, and we're going to go straight on to our filling here. And that butter is going to give it a nice, good taste. Okay, so we've taken our meat out of the pressure cooker. We shredded it up and we mixed it together. in our filling mixture. It just makes it really good. And now we're going to fill some of these biscuits with our filling to make our pot pie. You take your biscuit and you just flatten it out. I like to get mine as thin as I can without tearing the dough, because I like to put a lot of filling in mine. So we get it pretty flat, and you just take you a big old glob of filling, just like that. Sometimes you can get a little too much. I always get a little too carried away. Now, you're going to take your biscuit, stretch it a little bit on this back side right here, and you're going to fold it over until it touches the other side of your biscuit. If your filling gets in the way, try to push it back in. And then, take our trusty fork, and we're just going to press the edges here so it seals that biscuit and seals the filling inside, so when we drop it in our grease, it cooks up really nice. And there's our okay, we're going to finish up our pot pies now. I got a cast iron pot here, and it's full, well, halfway full with vegetable oil. That's what I use to fry things in. You want your temperature to about be medium to high heat. Your biscuits on these don't take very long, so you really need to stand there and watch them. Sometimes they may pop open. That's okay. Not a big deal. We're going to put our pot pies in there. And I normally do about 3 to a thing. Give them plenty of room, so they're not smushing up each other. There we go. Like I said, it doesn't take them very long. With that temperature on those, they'll get golden brown right away. Alright, these look to be about done. Nice and golden brown, as you can see.
Woo, son, that's a fine supper to come home to. Just got off work. Got to the house, cold and rainy outside. You want to talk about warming you up? Right here, I'll do it. Fine. Got my coworker here, Cole. Let's see what he thinks about it. What you think, Cole?
Fine cooking.
Fine
cooking.
That'll help you, won't it?
It will.
Just right.
Thanks for watching Hunting with Hadaway. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and come back for more videos from the outdoors.